Mm. Hey, good morning, everyone. I'd like to take the time apostolic prophetic center video. I am your host to talk about understanding 2024 prophecy. Understanding 24 prophecy. I wasn't really sleeping last night, but my eyes were closed, and because a able that that you are able to decipher what is being said in 2024. Because as I begin to tell you what God told me about 2024, a lot of you a lot of you won't be able to fathom what God is really doing. And the reason that you won't be able to fathom it is because many of you have been succumbed and introduced to a doctrine or style of religion that every year y'all go to these watch night service. Every year to 12 o'clock and bring the prophet in, and the prophet gives you all these powerful words. And for many of you, none of them never really come to pass. That is what God is after. So, if that's what how would God get away from allowing his people to be who call themselves prophetic and releasing prophecy? He stops it. In 2024, and y'all know how I love stuff. I love how God would say something that go against the grain. Yeah. And I told y'all, I said the alien coming. As I went through is because God, listen here, I'm gonna help. I was just sitting there last night. I never asked God why I went through those mental health problems. He said, I had to take you to show you that you're crazy. And the reason I had to show you you're not crazy, so when stuff I want you to say, God will take you through something to deliver you from you, because half of I say 20 some years in ministry, I would consider myself crazy. It keeps freeing up, but guess what? I say it again if it ain't get it right. But you don't want to say it again because I like to be one hit or quitter. Get on my business. Let's get to it. Watch this. Every prophecy, and I'm gonna say it with most disrespect confidence. Every prophecy that you hear at midnight saying you have to make sure that you're connected to, because you don't understand who you are. Hold on 1 minute. Let me check something because this thing ain't doing right. Let me hold on, y'all. I got to check something. I don't know what's going on. All right, video froze. Say something. Is you freezing or you saying something? Y'all hold on. I don't know what's wrong with this Mr. Dunn laptop. Boy, I'll punch you in your throat. Pow, pow. So anything that you hear in 2024, it will not be of God. As I reiterate, I'm just gonna keep on talking. Maybe it'll upload good. How you want? I'm trying to think, because you have good revelation when you first start and you forget it. So I got to make sure something going on. Oh, it looks like I'm still talking. I can still talking. So I'm what it is. So like I reiterate, because God said He just got some of you to really realizing who you are, and before He let somebody come with you with a false prophecy, He not anybody speak. So anything that you hear, it ain't gonna be for God. Watch this. He said, I have to allow the light shine in the darkness. I said, how will you do that, God? Watch this. Joshua 10. Verse 12. It said, then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Aegon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemy. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven and hasted not to go down about a whole day. Verse 14, and there was no day like this before it or after it, that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. See, watch this. God was trying to deliver the children of Israel where he delivered the children of Israel from the Amorites. All right. And when he delivered them, he was giving them a space of time to avenge themselves upon me. Did I not just tell y'all 2 days in a row, God finna hand you the hand of your enemy? We're going to get into that probably later on. I'm going to tell you who your enemy is. Most of you, it's your husband, it's your children, it's your daddy. What God is saying for 2024, because some of you are just beginning to see who God is in your life, for you to hear another prophecy, it'll interfere with what God doing in your life. So what he's told me to say, and my people just can listen to this, continue it on, it because he has to kill the religious stigma of who God is. A lot of people only know God according to religion, which means they got all word and no power. All right. So what you got to understand, if 2023 is a continuation, means that focus on what God is already doing in you. Don't you come around there and get nobody no money talking about by this time next year you're gonna be rich. I'm here to tell you, no, you won't. No, you won't. You'll be rich in Jesus, but you won't be rich in money. Huh? Don't y'all go buying them lottery tickets saying, God, I want to be a millionaire. It ain't gonna happen. The reason it ain't gonna happen, until you do right in your finances by God with the little you do have, he ain't gonna give you much to mess over. You already ain't doing right with 5,000 a month. What you gonna do with $1 million? You already say, I can't give God nothing with your $800 a week. How much you think you're gonna try to give him if he give you 20 grand a week? God is a God of principle. In principle, if he see you can't make a sacrifice here with the little you got, how dare you make a sacrifice when you got a lot? That little widow with them 2 mice, they was going up there getting $5,000 and $10,000 checks. That widow went over there with them 2 mice, 2 pennies, we'll call it. Don't go buy none. He got to get his principles in you before you understand what you got. So now that the sun ain't gonna go down. So when you continue, when for many of you, when 2024 hits, if you understood what I said for this year, for some of you, I said God gonna get you out your comfort zone. When that season of suddenly hit for many of you, your comfort zone gone. You ain't got no job, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no wife, you ain't got no husband, you ain't got no car, you ain't got no self-esteem. Because your comfort zone was in things that wasn't of God. See, your comfort zone was in your job, so you had plenty of money. Your comfort zone was in that man, so he took care of you. Your comfort zone was in that woman because you got it every time you want it. Now you got to beat your meat. Now you got to go buy your rose. You done went from one comfort zone to another, but you never went to God. What else I said? You got to unlearn and learn. A lot of you have learned stuff and you still got religious tendencies. You still selfish. You still bitter. You still hurt. God has to get that out of you. So now that he has your attention, he said, I don't want nobody prophesying to nobody in 2024. So anything you hear, I'm here to tell you, it ain't God. That's religion. That's your flesh. I said, well, God, why would you tell me to say that? He said, because I know you will say it. Everybody else, God ain't going to do that. Why would God do that? Because you have made his prophecy tradition. God ain't tradition. Before he allows some of y'all to fall to the tradition of man, he said, I'll stop the word of God. Oh, they're going to have these big old to-dos, but I'm here to tell you, they're going to be lying. Why is that? Because I told y'all, growth in 2023, I say it's not expected, but required. All right? If I see you ain't growing, I don't need you around me. Don't need you around me. Because who can I call on to preach to me? Who can I call on to get advice? Y'all ever thought of that? Who I call on when I get broke? When I have a need? See, if you've been making more withdrawal than the deposit, we changing banks this season. We got to change the bank because we ain't even getting no interest on what we deposited. You know why? Because for many of you, the minimum is the standard. See, church don't hold you accountable. All church wants you to do is go, sit down, holler, shout, snot, and give. Now, Brother Hubbard says you growing. Of course you ain't growing. You know why you ain't growing? Because your pattern has become your protection. Did I tell y'all that? You got a religious pattern. I talked last night about watch the pattern, didn't I? Sure did. See, God's seen a pattern that's stopping many of y'all growing. A lot of y'all be on the right way, but then you wait till that prophet come in and ask for them couple of $100 and this and that, and they go to prophesying, and you go to snot and screaming and bucking and giving, and now you sitting here mad because I thought God said he won't do this. No, they just wanted your pockets. You got to understand being convenient is not Christ's frequency. It ain't. So if God says, I'm not releasing no prophetic word for 2024, I wonder how many churches gonna still say watch night service. I wonder how many prophets gonna still say, well, God about to do this in 2024. Because for many of you, if we're in a preparation season, why would God prepare you for something good and something bad's finna happen? He got to make sure you understand where you're going. So in 2023, this is what's got to happen for many of you. He's going to continue the season of suddenly, but now suddenly got to come with confidence. See, you got to know when God touched that relationship, that is God. You got to know when God tell you to give, that is God. Tell you to move, is God. When you got to know when God tell you to stop talking and hanging on, is God. See, he ain't giving you a space of time to think it's him. You need to know it's him in this season. Don't keep running to Brother Hubbard. Do you think God will do this? You should know God by now. See, we're in this season. What think of you as a bird, and you didn't hatch, and mama and daddy done fed you and fed you and fed you, and you just are playing around because mama and dad around. See, he got to kick you out the nest, and you won't have to fly on your own. Cause Brother Hubbard ain't gonna be here long. I got things to do, and I got places to go. I'm trying to figure. I will allow 100 big screen TVs in heaven. That's kind of stuff I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of, hey, can me and me and conversation about certain things. I got some questions on my mind, and I want them answered. That's the thing I'm on my mind. I don't care if you still on males worrying about, can I have this conversation? So you got to be confident. Some of y'all got to grow up on the fly. That's what y'all finna see in a little while. Many of God's servants being mistreated, underworked, underpaid. Well, I ain't gonna say underpaid. Yeah, underpaid. Because they're underpaid, so that's the same thing. But yet, you all know the right thing to do. So, since you can't trust what he gave you, he got to take it away from you. God looks at his relationships with his servants like you look at a relationship with your husband. You ain't gonna keep. Boy, when I was in that house, down there to that school down in Tallahassee, what is it? And the guy just assumed he was gonna do something to my wife. The secretary, Brother Hubbard came down there, it was so she didn't even come to work. I pulled up that truck in that trailer. I walk in front of that school. I'm blocking the whole parking lot. And I am the owner of the daycare, which was a preacher. I told that, I said, listen here, where is this who said he gonna do something to my, I want him. He just spoke it. He ain't do nothing. I want him. With Davis, asked you, did you love her? I said, why did you threaten her? If something happened to my wife, I said, I'm gonna kick your ass, his ass, and you gonna this school down. The secretary behind me shaking and looking. He was so scared he went to grab the chair because he thought I was gonna hit him. And I would have, but I ain't want to see violence. That's how God see his servant. Y'all think y'all got away when y'all done said something to somebody? God took note at how that's why I was kind of alluding to last night. Y'all do people wrong that's trying to give you a relationship with God. You lie on them, you mistreat them, you do them any kind of way but the right way, and all they want you to do is know God. in spite of their own insecurities, in spite of their own suicidal thoughts, in spite of their own, they still got a word to get you to the right place. Next thing you got to understand for 24, you got to become familiar with your faithfulness. If you got 20 apostles, 300, 2,000 evangelists, teachers, 1,500 social, this, that, if you listen to all that, you ain't faithful to the one God sent in your life to grow you. That's why a lot of your spirit is like that is. You got everybody in your spirit, and some of it don't even be God, but it feels good in your flesh. So what you do with it? I don't need you right, because I'm not finna fight over somebody else's thought, somebody else's information. But you want to, but what you want to hear in the spirit. So if I go down your page and see you share something, the minute I agree with something, the minute I see you respond, I tell me to teach it, I'm deleting you and I'm blocking you. Go on. I ain't got time to fight with other people's spirit. I got something to do. And it means I'm trying to wrestle the world out of you, and you want in the world. Stay there. I don't care. I got things to do. I got people hungry who want to listen to one person. Y'all listen to everything that pleases your flesh, everything in your emotion. This is just for me. He don't talk to him. So if I'm just, because see, that's like a man that married. I can't be like Hosea. Who out the other gods? Don't let you who out the other gods this season. I ain't trying to reel you back in. If you get tricked at the painting, I'm gonna say you should have kept your legs going. If you get tricked out your money, I'm gonna say you should listen to God. We ain't gonna have this. A preparation period for people to keep coming to you, trying to put God into it. I mean, the more world you want into it. I don't care about your nails, your hair, under. Don't come around me with it. You know why? My life is sociable. So if I take my spirit, I don't want you around me. Because spiritual growth means a lot to me in the world. What? Got a t-shirt on it. It ain't got to say polo. I don't need to look like the world stinks to me. So we watching who you fight to. Well, dog, David, I said I don't care. I said life. And that's how y'all need to be. Anything that irritates your spirit, cut it off. See, I ain't like church. See, church came out here and they take the world and they make a staple of it to get the sinners in. But see, the word is supposed to change people. So if I'm standing on his word, I'm not going to change who I am to be with you. Because one thing God, he got something just tailor-made just for you. Now, you got to understand wisdom. If I was dumb, box of rocks, you got to answer. Call it. It's not. See, a lot of y'all agree with your flesh. So you can't tap into who God because you love the way that sundress look. No panties on. You love sending them naked pictures with that monkey spread open. Somebody is wet. You love walking around here in your boxer shorts with your thing hanging, that head peeking out of perverted. Can we take it home? You love crossing the burning. You love wanted by us, loved by the Q's. We want to be a AKA. How about you? I love that stuff there. They be getting hot when they be saying, yo. And these be church folks. Do you know that is spirit of virgin? That's why they always around there. They shaking it is and doing the spirit of vanity. See, then they put like the mirror, like they let themselves. You see all the spirits in there. All they is spirit. And they want to stroll around there. They want to spirits. But because it's in church, that's why they agree with it. Because they're a capo. He an alpha. They ain't nothing wrong with it. You know why? Because the Greek got took them over. That's their job to see it as contamination. You know why? Because that's your identity. Anytime I notice something, anytime people can't show power in God, they have to get out with something that looks like power. So they say, you just man, you don't want to be one. I guarantee the power of God over God was here before y'all was even established. So get out of the way. I'm a member of the best friend that was ever created. G.O.D. God dang it. And y'all can do about me. I would even sit on a pastor who don't who know that serving them Greek gods, wearing them Greek colors in church. How dare you preach the gospel in a fix? Because y'all like it, y'all don't see it as a fix. Because pastor, my mama, I'm looking at them. My sister finally, my brother crossed. They'll protect colors better than they protect Christ. I give all on the middle finger. That's what I think about you. You got to continue. Next thing, number 4, building a relationship with God. I didn't say be in a relationship with your wife, be in a relationship with your husband, be in a relationship with your child. I said be in a relationship with God. Because when you build a relationship with God, everything. The reason why some of y'all is like y'all live is because the people that you was around, they never really had a relationship with God. And if they didn't have a relationship with God, they understand how to have a relationship with you. So if you're gonna build a relationship with God, why are you listening to a motivational speaker? See, the world making money out of creating Christian, what is your content consist of? Clothes? See, when you represent God, you represent everywhere. Now, it's not feel like giving the word. But of course, the gospel don't sell, sex sells. So y'all want to get in y'all little skinny. Them he just be on TikTok and they place it right between their leg, and they got these little panties on, and, and they got just enough panties that you can see panties, but then you can see the lips come through the panties. Don't look at the perverted word or the ceiling channel. They taking it on the ceiling. Now they shaking the shit, and you see the meat just going in. Brother Hubbard, watch this world. Why do I watch the world? Days of Noah shall be in the coming of the Son of Man. People will sing and drink. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with it. Brother Hubbard, he attention to it because I'm seeing, okay, God, what about we at? Don't talk about that. Don't get on that. I have to see the reason you have to understand apostolic anointing as well as prophetic. Now that's why the women act like they act. What the music women saying? Uh, 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 you know, I don't need no man. Screw me, and all that other junk. You know, yeah, that's his name. Oh, what's his name? Little Rude. Yeah. You got to look at it and see what your people, what the people are getting into, because they don't listen to church music outside the church. See, watch this. Little nasty song. Watch this. You a lady preacher. You telling nasty song. Cursing. You with the sorority, you with the world. But then you want to come behind and get on pulpit and try to teach women how to be better women, but you got through strolling with no panties on. He said, put it on there. This sounds good, don't it? The Bible says, world is an enmity against. Ain't no way you got confidence. You around people who don't make the environment conducive for you to God in your life, the power of God in your life, the understanding of God in your life. You know why? Because you still want to be a part of the world. It's all God or nothing. Ain't no more fist straining. God is allowing the sun to stand still in this season so y'all can see the error of your ways. See, all them people that talk that mess to me and talk, I won't let them be great. You stop me. You don't do this. You don't do this. See, when you trying to blame another person for your shortcomings, that means you're not confident. I can't stop nobody. Because can't nobody stop me. So if you giving me the power to decide who you are, where you are, what you can do, what you can't do, you have no relationship with God. Because I can't stop nobody. Why I can't stop nobody? Because if it's in you, it's in you. What some of you want me to do, you want me to write because you power minister. Because you done went to school and got a license. I need to see some power. We deal in power over here. We deal with the doing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to tie, how to love. See, this here, this like one of those you know about the CIA though. This here one of these. You come over here and we teach you how to do the wet work. You know that the off the book work. That's what we do over here. So it sounds don't work over here because the pain of the work was too much. You think you got power, and I say something to you, gossiping, laughing. See, I have to let you know, you ain't who you think you is when you come over here. Cause I'm not who I think I am, and I'm over here. Now, the reason you ain't growing, number 6, selfishness has become your death. Every time God tried you, it's what about me? I've been telling you from day one, you have to operate in a spirit of selflessness, which means, listen, y'all remember I told y'all I was knocking this girl out and I went and paid her bills. And I would go there and try to get me some coochie. Another nigga over there, boy, boy, that coochie make you up. That coochie make you do something, I'm telling you. That's how you got to be. You be prepared to take care of somebody else because God told you to, and about what you gonna go through. Now that might not be that might not have been a good excuse, but that's the closest one I get to that. You know. Did I ever get some after that? Boy, I rode all night that night. I said, dog, this nigga ain't left yet. And she was slick with it. She left the door open. Cause I'm waiting on him to leave, so I go in there and get me a taste. Listen here, we from the hood. We don't care about sharing. If it ain't about them, then we say, hey, it ain't about them, but you might like it, you know. Then we go try it, but you know, it is what we is. Did I get it? I rode all night. I said, all right. And maybe it was the Holy Spirit. I said that nigga probably got her in that bed, and she got the door open, like they up talking. And he in that bed just tearing it up. You know, all kind of things going in your head. Then finally, I went to sleep. Boy, that do something. Boy. Selfishness has become your death. You can't see God in you because you're always thinking about you. Yeah, that's what you're doing. But you got to realize, if you're going to ride this train, this the unselfish train. Selfishness won't be tolerated. You know why? Because God has been trying to get that out of so many of you, but you know what I'm saying? It's still all about you. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, number 7, you got to stop praying for praying. Y'all know what that means. Stop praying for something to consume. You know, it was so powerful this morning. God, that was a good revelation. When he told me to put that up and stop praying for praying, the things that you got now, he said, those are common. And there are no indication, not a true indication of Christ in your life. Watch this. You didn't have no food and you got food all of a sudden. That's common to God. You got brand name clothes. That's common. Good cars, good job. He said that's common. That's not a sign of a true of God in your life. You know why? Because even Satan offered that to Christ. He said, throw yourself down. Y'all got the game messed up. He said, throw yourself down. Y'all looking for stuff. When Satan said, throw yourself, so because the angels got charge of you, Satan knows what's important and Christians don't. Satan wanted him to use his power. Y'all just want to be known by what y'all got. Every time Satan tried, he tried Christ to show his power. But he tried Christ by giving him possessions. So when he told me that, I immediately understood what he was saying. Because even Christ said, take no thought for your life, what you eat, what you drink, blase, blase. Power. I said, huh? I said, dog, God, he said, I know I'm right. I'm the one who wrote the Bible. I'm the one to get a revelation. So all the stuff you got, that's common living. Can you raise the dead? Can you see? Can you? We talking about power. We ain't talking about prophecy because anybody can prophesy. And that's tainted because all they gonna tell you is what God gonna give you. And watch this. 9 times out of 10, it's something of substance to make you think God blessing you. That's common. So y'all praying for pray stuff that you can show where God bless me, I got a house. It was built for the ground up. And 2 months later, it's in foreclosure. 6 months later, you got mad at your baby dad and now you done set it on fire. Who cares? But you can't take power away. Now you got to understand death causes death. DEATH causes DEPTH. The more you begin, the more he will reveal himself to you. The reason you them skinny jeans. Yeah. You like them, you like that hair with that. Yeah. You like being in uncomfortable situations. You like being a sneaky link. Uh-huh. Are you ready to die today? That's the problem with people like me. I be trying to tell you. This wasn't easy. I had some dying to do. I used to like the polo and all this and all that. That wasn't God. That was my lustful look. That's why I won't ask God for nothing. All I want is some power. I want some power. Y'all don't want to die. You don't want to die to your finances because you still need to go buy them T-bone steaks. You don't want to die to a relationship. Still got to be. You want to die to your marriage because you steal from somebody else. I'm gonna tell y'all, you single folks, you married folks. God ain't finna send you nothing good and you treated after you didn't treated the last one bad. I'm just here to tell you. I'm gonna tell the truth, shade the devil. Cause see, how can you leave something and treat it like trash? Now your prayer, God, give me a man of my desire, woman of my desire. And then right, and you called it wrong. But so, God, I need a man to treat me like this. I need a woman like that. Guess what? Whatever God give you, it's always going to be a step up. But how can he give you a step up if what you had, you treated a step down? So he ain't finna give you the desires of your heart, and your heart still, you know what I'm saying? All you'll be is a sticker. You're gonna be a cutter. Cause how would God give you the best after you done treated somebody like mess? Now, y'all can pray for whatever you want. I'm just letting you know what you can get. And many times you don't believe me anyway. It don't matter. I'm just a messenger. Number 9, in 2024, you got to withhold the signs, but understand the time. Withhold the signs, but understand the time. What did God mean by that? He's finna let you know when you close to something, but it may not be time for it yet. If you want a good job, he gonna let you know when it close to it, but it ain't time for it. Because a lot of what he has to do with life, you have to be connected to the right people in your life. And if you're not connected to the right people in your life, he can't do it. Why is that important? Because for some of you, he don't want you to bless your mama. He don't want you to bless your dad. He don't want you to bless your children. Because see, we're in a preparation period. And usually when God blesses people, the first people you think about is your family. What I told you one of the prophets was for 2024. I told you it's money coming in this season. But when it's money, I'm thinking about your family, car, clothes, or whatever. You, the money coming because kingdom gonna put kingdom first, not family first. So when you don't listen to what I've just said, and you go in there on the first and 12 night, they go to prophesy how much you're gonna be a million. He said, "This is what good I want you to do for this year." But you're telling it to them, but they gonna have to understand. When I'm lost, I feel no loss when I'm lost. What does that mean? When I stop, I'm not worried if my son snap out of here. I don't care. I'm not worried about when my mama died. What may happen to my brother? I ain't worried about my sister now. I got a auntie go to no funeral to look sad. What is anybody for? You ain't got no. What they told Lazarus, what they told Jesus, Lazarus, Jesus, I'll be there. Jesus didn't run back. Lazarus, I'll be there. Why y'all run to death? Now, he hadn't shown me I got to give to get there. But first, the reason y'all doing this doing that. Why you got sometimes they get this two piece in a biscuit going on. You got the power to defeat you, but you got to defeat you first. I'm gonna tell you how I know that you do not. God told me to follow. I said something yesterday about the book of Joshua. I said, go read the book of Joshua. You didn't even look it up. Here I am again. It said about the. It was asked. So y'all want the word to hit everybody so they could be convicted, obedient as the people you look at too. Go listen to the video yesterday. I said, y'all. told the sun to stand still.